am Maureen Tara Nelson of MNTn Matchmaking, and with me is a very beautiful Stacy. Oh, yep, Stacy.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, you gotta talk louder so everyone could hear you. And
Hi.
the very talented Ryan. Ryan, for everybody who knows, is our social media manager, but he also manages basically everything in the office. He is now in his apartment in Manhattan. So everybody now, everyone is working from their home offices. So it's a little bit different, especially for me. Today I actually should have went to the Melville office, especially since I'm paying for 2 offices in the Melville office, but I am working from my home office as well as everybody else today. So we do have a lot of questions, so we'll get to that. Stacy can share with you a couple of crazy funny stories that we have, but today has to be quick with just the questions because I'm going to be interviewed for another TV show that will be airing tonight. And you know what? I'm gonna tell the whole story about this, Stacy and Ryan. Good idea?
Right.
Okay, so
Good idea.
funny story. So growing up, I grew up youngest of 6 kids in a conservative home. Okay, which I guess you would call that Republican. And then, you send kids away to college, and for anyone who is in my age range who has kids that are 23 and 25, when you send your kids away to college, they come back the most liberal ever. So even if you're a liberal person, your kids are going to be even more liberal than you are. So Ryan is supposed to coordinate everything with our PR peeps, which we love so much. Todd and Lauren, they are amazing, and Brian, they are amazing. Oh my God. And then we got to talk about the party we had in the Hamptons. So there's so much that we have to talk about before 3 o'clock. But so real fast, with this show that I'm going to be interviewed, the first thing I say to Ryan is, okay, tell me about the show. And Ryan says, I've never heard of it. You shouldn't do it. Okay, so naturally I'm thinking, all right, well, we are crazy busy. Last night I signed up a celebrity person, and the most beautiful girl guys, if you were, yes, guys, if you're Jewish, every single successful, super successful Jewish guy on Long Island, you need to contact us immediately. My matchmaker colleagues. Oh, everyone say hi to Brendan boy. How many miles did you run?
Hey, Brendan.
2 miles. 2 miles. He can't speak. He just ran 2 miles. Oh my God, he's so handsome. God, I love him so much. Okay, so anyway, really funny is that, so again, if you're Jewish, you know anyone else Jewish, and you want the most stunning girl in her 40s, early 40s, you have to contact us immediately. Okay, so Ryan then is saying, yeah, the show, never heard of it, and we're so busy. Stacy and I do the appointments now, just the 2 of us. Okay, so I was just about to...
We love it.
We love it. Oh, well, of course we do, obviously. So I start to text, Todd, saying, I don't know, I never heard of the show. And of course I was going to be super nice and respectful because we love them so much. When my brother Kevin, everybody knows Kevin. Kevin actually just left. So Kevin is over here every single day. Kevin was my bodyguard at the Hamptons party that we had. So, and I did not plan the Hamptons party. Todd, our PR guy, he did everything. He and Lauren, and it was the most amazing party ever, ever, ever. Which, by the way, I gave you the phone numbers, right, Stacey, to call the peeps, which we can talk about later. You got that?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. So Ryan's like, yeah, I never heard of the show. I'm just about to text and hit send that, yeah, I don't think, I'm going to do it. No one's heard of it, only because I didn't hear of it, Ryan didn't hear of it. Kevin walks in, so this was yesterday. And I said, yeah, I was going to be interviewed by this show. I think it's called One America. And he's like, I love that show. I watch it after Fox News every night. Now, Kevin is obviously a Republican because that is how we were brought up. So naturally, Kevin watches Fox News and all of the affiliate stations. And Kevin's like, I love that show. The guy, Alex, the host, is amazing. I'm like, oh my God, that's the show. And Alex is the guy who's interviewing me. So quickly, you've heard of it too?
Who Fox News?
Mr. Liberal. Again, I told you, both kids came back crazy liberal. So he's going Fox News. Okay, so anyway, so thank God for Kevin because it is a real show and, Kevin loves it. So luckily I didn't hit send. Now, can you imagine though? First of all, did Ryan do that on purpose? Because it's basically like Fox News? I would say yes. You don't even have to answer, Ryan. Stacy, I'm not even going to ask you what you think, but good thing that Kevin came in. Because if Kevin came in 1 minute later, I wouldn't be doing it. So I will be doing it today. Hey, Asa! Of course, everybody needs an Asa. Look at Asa. One American News Network. He has it all written up for us. Great. I love Asa. Everybody needs an Asa. Okay, so I will be doing that right after this. Now, just so you guys know too, I have to set up my own Skype. It might sound like it's easy it might sound easy, but I'm not used to doing any of that. Ryan used to work from this home office, so he did all this for me. So,
You know why I ain't fucking helping?
do you realize we're on Facebook Live? I'm not even going to ask if you heard what he said because he cursed.
I didn't hear.
Thank God. Now, I've cursed before, Brendan, and they've kicked me off. One time I claimed to be naked, they kicked me off. One time I talked about, he's yelling at me because one thing was not recycled. Now, we are a recycling household, made one little mistake, and he has to tell me as I'm doing Facebook Live. So anyway, oh my gosh. So I asked Brendan, can you help me set up Skype for this interview? And because it's for a Republican TV show, the answer is no. That's his answer. And I lost Stacy. Okay, Rye. Hold tight if you have any questions. Okay. Asa says hi. You are just the sweetest, Asa. So I hope everyone's having a great day.
Pinto Stacy.
Here she is. There you are. Here's our girl.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I dropped the call.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know what happened. You were there 1 minute and gone the next.
Oh, okay. So, Brendan, my other radical Democrat, is in the kitchen, and he is purposely thinking in his head of embarrassing. I see it in his face. He's literally thinking of things that he could say to embarrass me on Facebook Live.
That's why when I can stay over this place.
No, call your brother yourself. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's what happens when you have a family business, by the way, and Stacy is family. And
Thank you. I love you guys as family.
well, just so you know, with Ryan. Hey Denise, how are you? Oh, it's great to see you again. So Ryan, just so you know, Stacy, when I was talking to him before about the taxes, he's like, of course, I wanted Stacy to see you. She's like a sister to me. So I know, it's like Ryan literally can say and does say the most horrific things to me, to Stacy, to all of
I
us.
don't even know. I mean, I have all younger brothers and sisters, so I don't even, like, you'll say something and I'll be like, oh, I didn't even take it that way.
Right. But he gets away with it because everybody loves him so much. And because he loves everyone, he thinks he can get away with saying anything because that means he loves you. If Ryan talks
Right, well, I think it's just
shit,
family.
yes, if he talks shit, then you're family. If he doesn't say anything to anybody, you're not family. So,
Ryan, you little piece of
Now I
shit.
feel even more so at home.
what'd you say, Dave?
I said, now I feel even more so like family.
Yes, yes. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much. My hair and makeup was done today by April Marie Salon. And we are going to be sending out photos, advertising them, because we are very big on supporting local businesses, as everyone, I think, is. But we all should be really taking the time to just shop local as much as possible because it's the right thing to do, especially with the pandemic and the fact that it's not over yet. But thank you, Stephanie, for noticing. And my makeup is very hard for people to do with the lashes, so these are the fake lashes that she put on. So I hope it doesn't look too obvious when I'm on the show being interviewed that I'm wearing fake lashes, but okay, so we gotta go. Questions. Yes, questions, quick.
Questions, but we're not going to get them.
Yes.
We're running out of time.
All right, so if you have questions, you have to ask them right now. I'm gonna read, Stacey's gonna read the questions. Bam, 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 bam. I'm gonna answer
Okay,
them.
question one.
Go ahead.
Question one. What is a good date idea for Labor Day weekend?
Oh, okay, so very, very good. I would suggest you stay away from the beaches because of how crazy busy it is going to be. And I always believe in having a stress-free date. So I think having a barbecue with a close amount of friends, because you can socially distance, you can wear masks, therefore it's safe. So I'm a big person in, having a small party get together rather than doing what most people will think, let's go to the beach. So that is, and if you want something more intimate, then just the two of you get together and barbecue together, cook together, which is very sexy and very hot right now, just so you know. So if you want to learn cooking, it is really great if you and your partner can do the cooking classes together. Next question.
Yeah, my question is, what do you think about the article that states you should wear a mask during sex?
Okay. No. And I was published in, I think, the Post about this. Oh, thank you, Asa. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so if you are at the point of having sex with someone, you should be okay that you don't need a mask. If you're not at the point of knowing the person well enough that it wouldn't be safe, you shouldn't be having sex. So only have, right, because you can't take a chance. Look, the days are over of the dope asses on the internet just going and having random sex. Ladies, I don't care what you thought before. I've said it for years, never to do it. The guys that come to MNTn Matchmaking, they're looking for committed relationships. They're not just looking for sex. But again, there are guys now that are still trying to do hookups, and there are still ladies that are willing to do it. You can't do it. We still have the pandemic. So think of it as if you have to wear a mask around the person, you would have to have the mask on having sex. And if you have to wear a mask having sex, don't have sex with that person. It's too soon. Okay, Next question.
Next question. Do you have any selfie tips? It seems like I can't find the right angle.
Oh, like advice on how to take a selfie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Yes, actually, this is
You need to do a video on this.
okay. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Because you're so good
Yeah.
at it.
Oh, stop it, you. Okay, so
I'm serious.
when
I'm serious.
when you're doing now, just so you know, this is not the ideal lighting. What I'm doing right now, because you can see I have a big window in the back, and the light is coming from back. Not good. However, my two windows here are open and the chandelier is on, so that's good. So selfies are basically the same thing. Think of it as you always want to go up, okay? Always up. And you want the light to always be facing you, never the light behind you. And practice between doing it with the light behind you and the light in front of you, and you will see, matter of factly, that never do the light behind you. So key is light in front and to go up high, looking up, like that. Same with taking pictures of someone, always go high, looking down. Okay. And yes, I will do a video on that. And I'll show the differences of what it looks like good with the proper lighting and what it looks like not good without the proper lighting. So, great question, whoever asked that. Okay, next. Gonna be interviewed soon, and everyone knows I get a little nervous before any TV interview. And I've been doing this 19 years, and the first year is when I had my first interview, TV interview. Let me just tell you that real fast, Stacey. Don't kill me. So it was for HBO. It was for a bondsman show. I forget the name of it, but it was really popular back then, 19 years ago. And so it was the first company that I went to work for before 15 years ago. I'm like, I got to do this myself. And so at that time, I was the assistant director, and we had a director. Okay, so she, in fact, she needed a place to live because she was not from here, and she rented a room from me as well. So it was, kind of funny. So we were friends as well. So she was going to do the interview for HBO, something bonded. Anyway, family bonds. Okay. So literally, I remember thinking going into work that day, okay, I don't have to do hair, I don't have to do makeup, and I didn't even know that actually 19 years ago, but I probably would have put some extra effort in, but I knew it wasn't going to be me, I knew it was going to be her. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating, 5 minutes before. So the camera crew is there, they're setting up in the big office, and she looks at me and she goes, I can't do it. Can you please do it for me? Now again, think of me 19 years ago, just getting into the dating field from being a pharmaceutical rep. Thank God in pharmaceuticals they would interview us all the time. Thank God. But still, this was going to be my first real time on TV. I had no choice but to say yes. So I still get nervous, is my point. After any time I'm on TV, even 19 years later, I get nervous. Okay, next question.
We can't tell, so.
Oh, well, thank you.
How was the Hamptons party?
Oh my God, Hampton's party was amazing. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Lauren. You guys are amazing.
We're going to have another huge party coming up, don't forget.
Tell everybody. Let everyone hear it.
We are in the process of planning MNTn Matchmaking 20th year celebration bash.
This wasn't even my idea. Now,
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy because I did have a 10-year big bash that I threw myself for my family and for our clients and past clients and success stories. But again, that was my 10th year. So in April, I will be matchmaking 20 years. So technically it'll be my 21st. The next day will be my 21st year, beginning of the 21st year. So anyway, Stacy said to me, we have to have a huge party for my 20th year. And Stacy is now working from our Florida Boca office. Okay. So everyone knows she just had come down because she's the regional manager. She has to handle the city office that we have, Long Island, as well as Florida. Plus, we can all work from our home offices. So Stacey's basically doing everything too. Okay. So Stacy.
For the world.
Yes. So Stacy is going to come back to Long Island in July. So Stacy and I were talking last night about we're going to start planning it now. I will have to ask Todd, my PR guy, because he is just so amazing. The beautiful people that he picked. We were in search of Long Island's hottest bachelorette, and we found her thanks to him and his party. Amazing.
Well, it's gonna. I know we have to go over details, but there are going to be some clients, but it's going to be limited list, right?
Yes. We have 2,000 clients, so it. And look, it's going to be our favorite peeps. Okay, so you have now until July.
Now until July
to get on our favorites list.
to get on the good list.
Or our success list. So just remember, when I say go on your third date, make sure there's a reason for it. So, now I'm really excited knowing that even though we're going to make it July instead of April, no biggie, and Stacy will be able to be here in person.
Thank you. I would die if I didn't do that.
I wouldn't have it. Seriously, I would not have it if you were not going to be here, because what would be the point?
I am so excited.
Good. Well, so am I. And I hope our favorites here will be interested in attending. Okay, what were you saying?
Okay, last question, ironically, is when are we going to see you on TV next? I keep seeing you on Channel 12, which you kind of covered that.
Okay, so I have commercials out. But I was interviewed by Channel 12. Was that last week or the week before? I'm losing time. I think it was last week? What? I don't know. But, so Channel 12 was wonderful and interviewed me. Today, as I said, I'm going to be on that show. Crazy son. He's 25. He wants to be a writer for a TV show. So that's why he acts crazy funny all the time. I gotta tell him though, on this show, he can't be doing this shit. He absolutely can't. I just realized that. Oh my God, could you imagine? Oh my God, imagine him bashing Fox News as I'm on their affiliate show. I would die.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I would die. So I'll be interviewing soon, and then they're airing it tonight at 10 p.m. and I think they said that goes on every hour, and they'll be playing it over the weekend. So that's super cool. Now think of the irony of, remember, I wasn't going to do it listening to Ryan until Kevin came in, but imagine if I was going to do it all along, okay, and just say Kevin didn't come over. Now we know. Yeah, Kevin loves that show. Kevin would have
just turned it on, and there you would be.
How funny would that be? My brother's favorite show, and there he is gonna see me on it. So and my brother Kevin is so super supportive of everything, just like my dad was. Do you know, my father, when he died, he always had a bag with him, as a lot of men do. He had every press clipping from every single thing that I had done over the years. He passed away 7 years ago. So he had everything. It was just the happiest thing when I saw that he carried that around with him. But anyway. Okay, so all of you beautiful singles out there, if you're tired of the internet, this is what we do all the time. We interview people by doing the screening process and making sure that you're compatible in 3 ways. So it's up to you. You want to go just have sex with people on the internet and meet every single wacko under the sun, or come to us. Now, keep in mind, once a year or once every 2 years, someone will get past our screening process. The moment we find out they're out, Stacy interviewed someone who appeared normal to Stacy. Not going to mention her name.
I mean, you would think by the profession, right? But I mean, sometimes you'll be ceased to be named.
Why? What did she do again?
I don't know if I want to disclose.
Well, yeah, just say, we're not saying who it is.
I want to say an RM.
Oh my God, she's a nurse? Look, if you, wherever you go, if you see a nurse and she acts insane, that's her. So basically, she was insane. So we kicked her out. Instantly. Now all of a sudden she's one of my stalkers. Who has the time? Who has the time in their life to only spread negativity? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
If I had negativity in my heart, I couldn't wake up in the morning. For real. We at MNTn Matchmaking, we really do go above and beyond to make our clients happy because we love them. We love our clients. And look, yes, once a year, we come up with someone that turns crazy. They're gone. They get out of the program instantly. Yes, they turn into a stalker. Yes, that's what we're experiencing now. But every business, because when I was getting my hair done, they were saying, oh my gosh, that happens to us once a month. And it was really kind of funny. I'm like, well, we're kind of lucky that really it only happens once a year, someone to that level of craziness. But again, she only met with, I think, one guy. So, and once we got the feedback, we're like, okay, take care of it, done. So if you want to avoid crazy on the internet, this is what we do. So everyone, we wish you all a very, very happy weekend.
Yeah.
And
Happy, safe weekend.
And do you want to add anything else to our beautiful Facebook peeps?
Just be safe, have fun, keep it positive.
We do. All of us. We are always the most positive, and we have the most positive people ever. So thank you for tuning in on our Friday Facebook Live, and we will see you next week. And if you want to watch the show tonight, it's on One America, starting at 10 p.m. Okay, bye.
Bye.